great. So, yeah, today I'm covering modern IoT platforms. So, before I start this, I would like to know how many of you are already using some home security system or home devices, some devices to monitor your home at the moment? Great, yeah. Similarly, I have recently purchased a UFI security camera for my home security, and somehow it is also using IoT devices to control and monitor and providing security through the IoT devices. So, in one or the other way, each one of us is using IoT devices these days, and that is what I'm going to talk about. How these IoT devices store their data in their AWS IoT platform, and how we process it, and yeah, how we make it more smart. Cool. And I'm Abhishek, and I'm a tech lead at Airfrio. And Airfrio is a smart refrigeration company which is a hardware-based software as a service company. So we provide hardware, IoT devices, and some smart intelligent dashboards to our customers as a solution. So I'm managing our cloud platform there, and making use of AWS IoT Core as our main service. Cool. So in today's agenda, what I'm going to cover is I'll just give you a quick understanding what is IoT, what are Internet of Things, and then how Airfrio is using IoT devices to solve customer problems in our refrigeration space, and how our ecosystem looks like at Airfrio. And now, based on our recent new segments we are entering in, we are modernizing our IoT platform. So I'm going to touch base what criteria and what decisions we made to modernize our application. And at the end, I'm going to give a quick demo how we can quickly generate some data, and using IoT Core, how we can display it on a dashboard. So I'm going to use some of the AWS use services like Amazon's time stream database to store the data, and Grafana to visualize the data. Cool. So what is IoT? So for example, in any smart home system is one of the good examples where we have a lot of devices to secure our home system. So in a smart home, and we automate a lot of services. Recently, I purchased some of Samsung devices which have like refrigerator, television. I can control them through our phones applications. So they all are part of IoT ecosystem. And so in definition, it is a system of interconnected devices that transfer and exchanges data over a wireless network without any human intervention. So it is a connection of devices, and they can share their data, and they are connected through various communication channels like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LoRaWAN, and through a gateway they can transfer their data to a cloud solution, to a cloud platform. So IoT devices these hardwares are classified into classified into two device types. One is general devices, which are your normal home appliances like refrigerators, air conditions, and your thermostat, your smart cameras, your motion sensors. And others are like your sensing devices, which make your home appliances more smarter. They are a combination of your sensors and thermostats. So sensors detects any anomaly, and and then based on the decision, your actuators will make a decision, and they will take some action based on the sensing devices. And as in the diagram, you can see these devices can connect to the gateway to the cloud through either Bluetooth, either your Wi-Fi, either your data, your broadband cellular data providers, and LoRaWAN. So we can connect these devices and collect the data, and through a gateway, we can pass that data to the cloud, and we can make some intelligence around, we can build some intelligence around it, and we can provide that to customer through our apps, some nice dashboards and some controls we can give for a bi-directional flow. So, in this slide, how our Airflow smart refrigeration IoT system looks like. We have quite a few components we provide to our customers to make refrigeration space more smarter. So we have our customers like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and they are around the globe. And we use, we have the top one is SCS controller. So what it does is it is a kind of a smart thermostat which monitors and measures the temperature within the coolers, and then it measures that and it sends that data to the cloud, and then we run some processing around, and then we can provide that through various kinds of dashboard to our customers through Field App, through our Track App. So Track App is used by sales engineers, Field App is used by our technicians. And there is another component is a motion sensor. So it helps Airflow to detect any door openings and door closing. That helps our customers to understand how much cooler is used, how many times that door has been closed, and based on that, they make some assumptions around the sales they are making through that refrigerator and the cooler. And this is our Airflow Network Pro. It is one of our gateway. What it does is it collects all the data from various sensors and devices in a specific site, and then it transfers that data to our AWS cloud. And we have different kind of apps, as I explained. So our customers can have a complete visualization of these activities through smart applications in the near real time. And how our platform looks like, I haven't brought the architecture design, but these are the components we use to build our AWS, our IoT platform on AWS for Airflow. So we have a lot of IoT devices on field, and we have mobile apps which provide value to the customers and to the technicians, and we have a front end in web and Flutter, and we have a lot of cloud-to-cloud integration, API integrations, which we use for our partners to share our data and get their data in our systems. And in the front end, in the back end, we have a PaaS, AWS, and Node.js as our front end layer, and we are using MongoDB as our data source, and we are keeping sometimes it is data in MongoDB, and we're transferring that data to S3 storage for reporting and for aggregation purposes. And we are using Snowflake and Dremio at limited capabilities as a data lake solution. And for visualizations, we are using Power BI to providing us nice dashboards to our customers in our apps. Cool. And yeah, we're managing everything through AWS CDK and through our CI/CD pipelines, managing our platform on AWS. So, but now, what is now, Airflow is growing. They have they are entering into other segments as well, not just in the cooling space. They are starting getting some queries from food retail side, where we have to monitor some eating components of the customer. So we have to we have to expand our ecosystem now. So now we are planning to build modern IoT platform, and we are exploring how we're going to make it better and more sustainable in future. And to address that, to address the future needs and the limited capabilities we have in the existing backend platform, we did some evaluation how we can build a better AWS platform for our IoT ecosystem. And the decisions we made is based on the research we did. We need one all-in-one platform. Here we would, so our new component is on a LoRaWAN. Most of our devices will be LoRaWAN devices, and our existing platform is on HTTPS protocols sending the data through MQTT. So we would like to have a one unified platform which can address both the needs for us. And so that's the reason we came up with one reason we picked AWS IoT Core as a go-to solution. And again, we did some benchmarking on the cost perspective as well, how the cost will look like if we use AWS IoT Core against other providers like ChipStack or TTN. And we found out initially that AWS IoT Core will benefit us scaling during our business needs in a year or two. And again, support is another criteria we would like to discuss. AWS has a very good support mechanism. We have enrolled ourselves into AWS business support. So and they provide immersion days to our teams to scale up and upscale us in IoT Core space quickly. So. And security, so security is another area. It is something come out of the box with AWS services. They provide end-to-end security, either data on rest or data on transit. So these are the decision criteria we had in AWS IoT Core came as the winner for us. And our this is the architecture diagram of our modern IoT platform, which we have started with, and this is our MVP state at the moment, and we are working and expanding on it. And one of our customers is already onboarding at the moment. So what it is, what is happening here is we have our LoRaWAN devices, which is our new segment we entered in. We have the device gateways. And then they are sending their data to AWS IoT Core. And similarly, we have integrated our existing platform, LoRaWAN devices, to the same IoT Core. So IoT Core can work with both kind of protocols and our existing and future platform. And so once we receive the data, IoT Rule is a very powerful service provided with the IoT Core ecosystem. So what it does is IoT Rule can integrate and can talk to various other AWS services and components and do your transformation on the fly, and can add a lot of filtering you want to do before passing the data to your backend system. And now, with this architecture, we can still integrate our existing backend and our future platform. And our future platform has a lot of serverless and managed services we are utilizing at the moment, like Lambda, Amazing Kinesis data stream. So we are batching up all our messages, and then we are passing it to our time series database and to S3 storage. And we have an API gateway layer and step function to orchestrate all of the Lambda function to add the business logic for processing and for your reporting and aggregation of messages. So the wrap up, a quick one is, this is the image I picked up from recent Olympics. It is not related to anything, but what happened is, it was over the internet. I was thinking, I was checking for the results at the end of the Olympics, but I came through these memes, and what I realized after these Olympics, this person, she was in a break dancing, and she didn't score any point, and yeah, she was like in everywhere in Instagram and everywhere for the meme. So it's not related, but it's a wrap up on the presentation. We learned about the IoT Internet of Things, what they are, and how they are generalized and categorized, and how an AFRIO, a smart refrigeration ecosystem, looks like, and how we are using Amazon IoT Core as a modern IoT platform. And after this, before we wrap up, I would like to give a quick demo how easy it is to generate dummy data, and how we can use AWS IoT Core and process that data through our rules engine and pass it to a time series database, and then we can visualize it in real time through Grafana. So this is a very simple use case. And what we are using a lot of other AWS services to run our platform. But for the demo purpose, I would like to give a quick demo around it. Cool. So I'll end this and share this with you guys. So in the architecture, as I said, we have an IoT core. Devices. So I have already configured this for us for the demo. So we have a demo thing, and this demo thing is having those certificates. So we have managed those security, and it has some security policies around it. So these policies actually tells us what services IoT Core, this demo, this thing can talk to. In this example, if you can see, this service can publish and receive the data, and yeah, that's one. And now I'll go to the rules. As you can see here, other one is next step is the rule. So in the rule engine, this message rule says we have subscribed to we have subscribed to the thing, and now it is what action it has to take. It has to send the data to the time series table, which we have created for this demo. And through that demo, in the time series, as of now, we don't have any data in last 5 minutes. As you can see here, there's no data, and in Grafana, if I'll do a quick refresh, so we don't have anything in the dashboard, but as soon as I start, so in this, what I'm trying to do is I'm getting my CPU utilization of my laptop and then sending it to the IoT Core through the SDK, and from there, through the rule engine, it picks that value, and then it sends and stores it in the time series database, and from the time series database, we are using managed Grafana to visualize it. As you can see here, so now it's started capturing our real-time data of our CPU utilization, and it should reflect in our Grafana dashboard already. And if I run this query in our time series database in last 5 minutes, it should show us that we have started receiving data. So this is how easy it is to set up a demo environment. But yeah, when you're building a big platform for an enterprise or for your startup, there are a lot of other components from the security, from the cost perspective to deal with. So that's it from me. Any questions from the audience?
How do you set up authentication for IoT Core?
So through certificates, so X509 certificates. So as soon as you create things in your AWS IoT Core, So you can generate those certificates, and through that certificates, then it will make those connections securely.
And IoT, is it mostly financial use monitoring? Is it moving to controlling things as well?
Yes. So it's like bi-directional initially. So first is now we are just generating data and we are visualizing data. Now we have to make some action. So the next thing we are exploring at the moment is AWS Shadow, so IoT Shadow, which is like a virtual representation of your IoT devices on AWS IoT Core. So now what it does, it stores the status of an IoT device in a JSON format. So next time when you have to control that device, you want to turn off your AC or turn off your light bulbs, you can, through your app or through your controller, you can send that signal to IoT Shadow, and then it will change the status, and again it pass that information back to your devices. So it is bidirectional, but the only flow I showed you is unidirectional. And there are a lot of other AWS IoT services which we are exploring at the moment. Is AWS IoT Greengrass, which is you can run your compute edge on the edge of your IoT devices, so you can add your machine learning algorithms just next to devices, and you can filter the traffic and send it to your backend platform. So it saves a lot of cost, and add your machine learning intelligence. Cool. That's it from me.
More questions? I actually have another one.
Yes, sure.
Can you show a little bit how you set up the protocol for your code to talk to the gateway, please?
Yes, sure. So I use the default SDK provided by AWS, and as you can see, it has these root CA certificate and these private key and public key. So when I created a thing here, as you can see, create a thing and create a single thing, then enter name this, so it will create no shadow, and when we do next, so auto generate new certificate. So I copied these certificates and then I pasted them and I copied them to my code base. So these certificates are helping to communicate our secure protocol.
Thank you. More questions? We have 4 more minutes.
In terms of use of IoT, is it like a niche, or is it becoming mainstream? Are companies discovering these use cases that they see sort of broader, so supermarkets and other
Yes. So especially in our refrigeration space and the food retail space, we are seeing a lot of need and requirement to have these IoT, because they are already using IoT services, but to make some smart decisions. So there are a lot of business use cases, like specifically in food retail, which I'm very closely working in at the moment. So like if your food containers or food space is not monitored and maintained at a specific temperature, then 10 degrees or 15 degrees, you have to throw out your food. But in refrigeration space, even the temperature can goes up and down for certain time period. But in food retail industry, if the food is not maintained in a certain temperature, then there is a lot of waste happening. So this is one of the use cases we are already working for our customer.
So there could be a lot of growth in IoT.
Yes, absolutely. And other areas, I can quick give example is we are not just working with these devices anymore. We are exploring more of vision specific IoT devices as well. So we are testing our capabilities with cameras. So it will scan the whole cooler and refrigeration space for us, and it is we are planning to use it in planograms and real-time monitoring of the right usage of coolers. So what happens sometimes in Coca-Cola fridges, they put the retailer puts Pepsi or other bottler things, and it is like a business sales problem. So these kind of challenges we are solving for the customer.
How do you handle certificate provisioning to the devices and
So yeah, at the moment with the LoRa WAN, we have set up an auto provisioning no-touch system. So where we have what it is, we created IoT Core as certificates, and then we have with our vendor we shared those certificates through a YubiKey, and now whenever they commission new devices for us, they generate those new devices with our root certificates, and then they post those generated device certificates to our S3 bucket through a secure channel, and we have an event-driven architecture. As soon as we see new certificates and the new metadata about a new device for our customer, it will add it to our IoT Core things fleet.
More questions from the audience?
So you're in IoT space. Where do you think we're at the moment in terms of IoT? We are at the beginning, somewhere in the middle, because as I think that we are a little bit behind what I saw in Silicon Valley with their fridge.
Oh,
You know?
yes.
It was a very smart fridge, but what do you think?
So I would say companies are adapting it, and they are as Gen AI has been into every field. Even they are like, as I mentioned, green grass is what we are also testing our data at the moment and making some smart decisions based on the data we have from last 8 to 10 years. So IoT is using Gen AI services, and once we'll start running them on edge devices, then it will be like be more efficient,
More smart.
more smarter. Yes.
Because now, like, all the devices are not very smart.
Correct. Yeah, we will start making some predictive decisions going forward as soon as we start implementing these Gen AI models.
Okay, people, we are at time. Thank you very much for being here. It's now lunchtime, so if